Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how you can maximize the space in your greenhouse. If you have a greenhouse and you don't have a lot of space, I'm going to show you how you can maximize the space that you have in your greenhouse to be able to start more seedlings and get more seedlings from your greenhouse. So for example, what I've done is, let me show you here, is I transplanted some seedlings into this container. And in order to get more seedlings that I'm gonna use for the garden outside, I sprinkle some seeds. I sprinkle some seeds in between this plant here. By the time these plants grow up to cover this container, the seedlings will be ready. Then I can transplant those seedlings into the garden. Because right now it's too cold, we can plant outside. I'm gonna use this space to do that. So that's what I'm doing with this right here. So all these containers that I transplanted my seedlings into, I also sprinkle some seeds in there, so the seeds are gonna germinate. So the seedlings that I transplanted, these seedlings or leaves that you can see right here, the plants that you can see are Bekang seeds. And what I transplanted or what I sprinkle in between them is also Bekang seeds, but those Bekang seeds are gonna go into the garden outside later on. Maybe like in 2 or 3 weeks I should be able to transplant those and get. Let me show you out here. This is what I did. As you can see, I have this is a bitter leaf plant that's growing. The bitter leaf plant from last year that I brought it indoors, then they're growing out here. But what I did was sprinkle some, like 2 weeks ago, I sprinkled some Bekang seeds in between the bitter leaf, as you can see. So the seeds have come out. The seeds have come out, so hopefully within a week or so, we should be able to transplant the seeds, the seedlings that have come out. So that's what I've done. I used the opportunity to start some seedlings in this while making use of the same space. One important thing you have to take into consideration when you do this is that you have to water the container regularly, because the seeds need some moisture for them to germinate and grow. So if you are watering the container with the big plants like 2 times a week, you have to water this container about 4 or 5 times a week, just to make sure that the seeds stay moist and the seedlings have enough water to germinate and grow. So you want to make sure that you're doing that regularly. So as you can see here, I have some containers that I have here. I'm gonna take these containers out, but the containers that I have here is to help capture some of the heat in the spring right now, and try to maintain the temperature in the greenhouse so that I'm not using a lot of heat to heat up the greenhouse. So that's one thing that you can do to make sure that you're able to make use of the space in your greenhouse. Another thing you can do is you can, at the beginning of the gardening season or the beginning of seed starting, you can throw a lot of seeds into a big container like this, and then once they germinate like this, sorry for the connection there. So once they germinate like this, then you can spread them out into other containers. By that time, you them out into other containers. So so that is it. That's what you can do to maximize the space and be able to do the same. That's the same thing I've done here. I sprinkled the seeds in this container. Once they germinate, I'm gonna be able to transplant them and be able to have them transplant them into different containers and have them grow in different containers or into the garden. Okay, that's some important gardening tips that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm doing the same thing with my pumpkin right here. As you can see, I put a lot of pumpkins in this small tray, just so that way it limits the amount of space that I'm gonna use. Later on, maybe in a week or 2, once they germinate and they germinate and they get bigger, I can either spread them into other bigger containers, or I can just transplant them into the garden. Hopefully by that time the weather outside would be better to transplant them into the garden. But if not, I'm just gonna just weed out a few of these, put them in separate containers, and let them continue growing in here until we transplant the pumpkins into the garden. The only one disadvantage with this process is that it's a lot of work. You have to do it later on. You have to transplant it again into another container before transplanting it into the garden. But if you're out of space and you have a small greenhouse that you want to make use of in the spring, you can do something like this, and that would help your seedlings start on time, and also give you the opportunity to get the seedlings that you need at the time that you need. So you can start your seedlings early and be able to get some good results from your seedlings, and you get the seedlings that you need. You don't need to buy seedlings, or you don't need to plant late because you don't have enough space in your greenhouse. But definitely that's something that you can do. Make use of the spaces that you have. Some of the other stuff that I transplanted into the containers in my video last week, as you can see, I transplanted these from the other big container. These ones are gonna grow in here, and they're gonna grow in here, and I'm gonna harvest them in here. So what I've done is I did the same thing. I sprinkled some seeds. You can see the seeds. I sprinkled some seeds in here, and hopefully within a week or so, I should be able to get some seedlings coming out of here, and that we should be able to then transplant into the garden. Let me know in the comments below if you've done something similar, or if you have another way of maximizing the space in the greenhouse. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure that's gonna help. It's gonna help some other people that seed starting. Might also help me if it's a different idea, or it's a different way of doing it. That's much better. But that's how I'm doing right now. I'm putting a lot of seedlings into small containers and then transplanting them into the bigger containers later on, or transplanting them into the garden later on. Hopefully that helps you out with your seed starting and your growing, and hopefully we get some good results this year. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please smash the like button. It helps the channel out, it helps the video out, and it also tells YouTube that this is a valuable video, and people are able to see the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and don't forget to share. If you like the video, somebody else you know might like the video, and that would help the channel out also. Also, I'm going to try to see if I can put the link to our shop. We have an Amazon shop. It gives you, on the shop, we have things that the various things that we use in the garden, the various things that we use, like seed starting, supplies, fertilizers, and other stuff. So if you want to help the channel, use our Amazon shop. Shop with our Amazon shop. It's going to help the channel out. Okay, hopefully that's it for today. I hope you like the video. Smash the like button, please. Don't forget. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, everybody.